So much news is out there, but I wanted to take a moment to highlight a positive story, right? Because a lot of the stories that I've been covering have been, quite, I would say, just like celebrity focused and things like that. And, Hope Giselle is also a public figure who is an activist and an author and does a lot of amazing work for trans women, black trans women as a whole, and black people as a whole all together. So I found a really, really good positive story. It's an exclusive with Gay Magazine highlighting Hope Giselle. And I just wanted to share it with you all today because as I was at work, I was just like, gosh, I wish I could post more. I'm so busy. It's our deadline, for the place that I work for. So Hope Giselle was honored by DC Mayor's Office of LGBTQ Affairs during her Not Your Average Girl documentary tour. And this is an exclusive with Gay Magazine. It's a Gay Magazine exclusive. So Washington, D.C. showed up and showed out for Hope Giselle Godseat during the D.C. stop of her Not Your Average Girl national documentary tour. What was expected to be a powerful screening quickly turned into a major moment for the city, the community, and Hope herself. The Washington, D.C. Stop sold out not once, not twice, but three times, ultimately forcing organizers to change locations to accommodate the overwhelming demand. The energy in the room reflected just how deeply Hope's story resonates, particularly in a city where she considers her second home. All right. And community leaders, advocates, and cultural influencers gathered in the room, creating the atmosphere that felt less like a screening and more like a celebration of community resilience and legacy. Adding to the significance of the evening, Hope Giselle was formally recognized by Japper Bowles. Hopefully, I said that correctly. That's an interesting name. I believe it's Japper Bowles, the director of the DC Mayor's Office of Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Questioning Affairs in the Mayor Muriel E. Bowser administration, for her body of work, advocacy, and continued leadership within Black, trans, and queer communities. The recognition carried meaningful weight for Hope, who shared that Washington, D.C. has played an integral and important role in her journey. After spending more than a decade living and growing in the region of DC, Hope thanked her acknowledgement in a heartfelt statement on her official Instagram page, and here is the statement here. There was something about that room that felt bigger than a screening. It felt like home, like history, like alignment all at once. From the moment we walked in, I could feel the intention, the care, and the love wrapped around this stop. And that means everything to me because DC, while it may not be where I was born, it is absolutely one of the places that raised me. To the mayor's office, thank you for the beautiful acknowledgement. To be honored in this city on a day that now carries my name is something I will never take lightly. So shout out to Hope Giselle. Now, Not Your Average Girl is a long form documentary that brings audiences up close and personal with Hope Giselle's life over the past 5 years. The film takes viewers back to her early days navigating family acceptance, including her mother's journey in understanding who she is, and follows her growth into the confident and impactful woman she is today. Throughout the documentary, Hope shares deeply personal moments, including her gender affirming surgery, her wedding, award recognitions, advocacy work, and behind the scenes footage of marches and organizing efforts, including a powerful appearance at the national rally during World Pride in June. So this is phenomenal. One particular emotional moment from her college years before her transition left the audience in tears, reminding viewers that Hope's story is rooted in resilience, perseverance, and purpose. Many may have seen Hope online at award shows or advocating for Black, trans, and queer rights, but this documentary offers a rare and intimate look at her experiences, at the experience that shaped her voice and leadership. Hope leaves nothing on the table, both sharing both truth, challenges, and the victories that have defined her journey. So this message, the article basically wraps it up here and it says that this message is not solely, just focused on Hope's personal journey. It extends beyond that and it extends far beyond one individual. Not Your Average Girl challenges the narrow ways trans lives are often portrayed in media. This film is not just for trans audiences, it is for everyone who has ever been underestimated, misunderstood, or told to shrink themselves to make others feel comfortable. So that's just a quick little read. It's not the whole exclusive article here, but I just thought it was such a beautiful story. Hope Giselle has been working so hard and doing amazing work. Now, I'm gonna be real. I did a video on my YouTube channel during that LGBTQ accountability panel with Laverne Cox, and Hope was on that panel. And I actually went back and watched the video because I had a commenter who is a black trans male individual, trans mask individual who watched it. And I went and watched the video because as I'm on camera more, Hope does follow me. She follows me on Instagram. She doesn't follow me here on TikTok. But and also Dominic Morgan just followed me, which is great. You know, I'm really like super, super honored. Hope followed me last year after I interviewed her. I interviewed her at an LGBT, it was a GLAAD event for, I believe it was LGBT Honors. It was one of those events, but it was for GLAAD. It was one of the smaller events leading up to the GLAAD Awards. So I interviewed Hope there for the paper that I work for. So I didn't get to actually put any of her quotes in the paper because I had other public figures to prioritize. So I hope she didn't feel no way by that. But I'm rambling. Oh, but back to the YouTube video. I did a video talking about the LGBTQ accountability panel, Laverne Cox's accountability panel, after Laverne revealed that she was dating a MAGA ex-cop at one point. You know. So anyways, in that video, I was just giving my honest critique of everyone on the panel, and I really hope nothing I said came across as shade. So I didn't want us to seem that way. You know, because I just think it's so phenomenal. And I don't think anything I said was shade. But if it's ever seen that way, hopefully if she sees it, she doesn't take it as a funny thing. I come in love. I just think this is so important, you know, for her to be highlighted, especially in this climate, right along with all of the other girls who are visible. You know, Hope definitely has left her impact, and she continues to, you know, leave her mark and impact for the Black, queer, trans community as a whole, and that's Black people as a whole too. You know, I just saw her do an amazing podcast appearance with two Black men, and she was just calling out Black men and how they need to step up more. And one thing about Hope that I will always respect is her Malcolm X approach to advocacy work. She is very eloquent, intelligent, in your face, and I like how raw she is. Now, I know that there are some people who don't care for her. You know, she every public figure gets that. Do you get what I'm saying? And, you know, I see all this stuff happening online. I don't follow all the stuff that she does, but I do see some comments where people critique her and stuff like that throughout the years, not even just recently, but just throughout the years. But at the end of the day, there are so many Black trans women who are really out here, and they are putting themselves on the line, and she is definitely one of them. So I just thought that this was such a positive story, genuinely, that I wanted to uplift tonight, because I was like, I keep talking about Brandy and Kanye and all these different people. I'm like, let's do something positive for the community, all right? So I really wanted to highlight Hope and this significant milestone in her career and in her life. You know, she is on tour right now for her documentary, and she's killing it. So the DC honored her. This is such a phenomenal thing for Black trans women and Black trans people in the Black community, right? I want to emphasize that oftentimes whenever things like this happen for Black trans women, the Black community doesn't always see it as being for them, but Hope is a Black woman. You know what I mean? Hope is a Black woman of trans experience. So this is a win for our community, and it's such a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to like highlight her. I really wanted to highlight her. So drop down below and let me all know what you think about this particular highlight. Hope Giselle being honored by the DC Mayor's office, and being recognized for her work, for all of what she does for the trans community and the Black community. Alrighty, thank y'all for watching. I'll be back with more.